Hey guys and girls, PokeTinKing here, back with part 3 of this Crucible of War booster case opening. So we've had some really good pulls so far. If you haven't checked out the last couple of videos, I should probably end up chucking a link up here, or there'll be a button or something like that. If not, I'll try to put the link in the description, but you can see the videos on there anyway. I have been putting the values now in the box in the actual videos. Something that I'm trialing with this case opening, and if it goes down well, then I might continue to do it throughout the other openings that I do on this channel. I don't generally edit my videos very much, but I think adding prices in is something that people quite like. It's a good reference point as well, for people to see the values of stuff. I'm going to mix this up actually, so I want to put it all on one side, so we're going to put the packs in like this. But yeah, I think the values definitely are quite informative for people as well, that might not sort of generally know the market for Flesh and Blood. So anyone new watching as well. So we have pulled some good foil majestics so far, but there's still some really nice ones that we haven't pulled yet. So we've got Brutal Assault as our foil, Russian River and Barraging Bighorn as our rares. So any majestics, or pretty much just majestics really, I'll be adding the values in this top left corner here. And we'll go from there really. The idea is to break even on this case. So we got Reinforced Line as a rare foil, and our first majestic is Righteous Cleansing. And we got another Reinforced Line there. Guardian attack action, so I'm not entirely sure. Well, the value will come up anyway, so, but I'm not sure off by heart the value of this one here, because it is the equipment generally are the big hitters here, so we'll be putting that there. So you generally get 6 to 8 majestics per Crucible of War box opening, which is a lot higher than WTR and Arc, which had super rares in. So if you add the super rares and majestics, it makes out about 8. So we have a Seismic Surge as a foil, Promise of Plenty and High Speed Impact as our rares. So we will sleeve up this Seismic Surge, because I like to sleeve up all of the tokens and the equipment and the heroes and stuff like that, because they're really cool. I think they look really pretty as well. I class it as a hit, but they're not really worth anything. They're generally worth sort of like maybe 50p or something. There's quite a lot of cards in this set that I think are very undervalued. For instance, the Rainbow Foil heroes and equipment, they generally aren't worth very much. I think the Harmonized Kadachi is worth about £4 or £5 in a Rainbow Foil. Springboard Somersault, Red Liner, and Dauntless is our rares. The Kadachi is the only foil equipment I think is weapon even, sorry, not equipment, weapon. They're like the non-majestics as such that's worth anything. Hit and Run, we've got a Massacre, it's a brute action, Russian River. So the so far the majestics don't seem to be too strong in this box. Be listing those there. So there is always room though. Still a lot of time to go. And with the supplemental sets, it's basically reprints of the first 2 sets with some new cards in there. Oh, we got a foil Coaxic Commotion as our majestic, which is a nice one to get. I think I only got 1 foil Coaxic Commotion. So the non-foil is about £2.50, so I'm assuming the foil probably about £5 maybe. So we will put that in the back. You generally get 2 foil majestics per box, which is the standard, so that is one of the 2 that we should be getting in this box. Emerging Dominance, So the main hits you'd be expected. So you don't get a legendary per case in supplemental sets. Well, in Crucible or anyway. It works at about 2.5 cases roughly. But the two legendaries are Shiana, which is a rainbow foil, and Spring Tunic, which is a non-foil, which is a reprint from WTR. Gorganian Tome. So Gorganian Tome is a good Majestic. This and a foil is worth a fair bit. Non-foil is probably worth a fair bit too, to be honest. But the value, of course, will be top left. Can't remember what the value of it. I want to say it's roughly about £10, but it might be more. I don't think it'll be too much less because it is a very good card. It's generic as well, so that always helps as well. So if you're new to Flesh and Blood, you have what kind of card this is and what hero can use it there. So you've got Guardian, attack, Warrior, action, and you have generic cards as well. So this is Pitfall Trap in a 4, which is really nice. Cash In, and another Pitfall Trap as our rare. So the traps actually are quite interesting because the Riptide in the new Outsiders set has a specialization, which is a trap, and they have actually said that can be used from hand, whereas normal traps can only be used from the arsenal. So it'll be in, and they actually rewrote these traps, which are coming out in armory kits, because it says here traps can only be played from the arsenal, but they've actually rewrote that as, instead of having that here, it's actually part of the card. So it'll be interesting to see what perhaps they'll be doing with these traps from Crucible of War. So we've got a Rainbow Foil, Torrent at Tempo, because I find it interesting they actually rewrote that, and they actually put a thing on the website explaining that's what's going to be happening. So, but it did say also that, you know, it doesn't mean that the traps from Crucible of War won't be used in play. The idea is, because they don't really get used, but the idea is that perhaps they might get used. So we've got Meet and Greet, Centauri Saber, and Rock Slide Trap, another trap. So it'll be interesting to see. Some people are speculating on what those traps could do. We've got Kano, Drakai of the Aether. So we got a foil Predatory Assault, Cash In, and Reinforce the Lines are rares. So we are about, I'd say, halfway through this case, box even. We've got 4 Majestics. So we probably should get 1 or 2 more foils, either heroes or equipment, a weapon and such. So it'll be the Crush the Weak, Towering Titan, and Cinder and Foresight. The Kadachi would be nice. I have all the equipment in cold foil, which came as armory promos, buy box promos. Predatory Assault, Torrent Tempo, Path and Helix is a foil. This is the Kadachi, but this in a rainbow foil is kind of what we want to get. Katsu is quite popular in the new set, Outsiders, as reprinting Katsu, as well as another ninja. So I think ninja cards at the moment are quite popular, which is Katsu, just talking about him. Choke Slam, we've got Increased Attention Foil and Cinder and Foresight, and Reinforce the Line. So we're a little bit lacking on hits here. Ideally, for our other foil Majestic, Gambler's Gloves, the Visitronic model, or Breeze Rider Boots would be nice. And there's one more. There's like 4 that are the main ones. But there's about 6 to 7 Majestics that in foil are worth quite a bit. Meet and Greet as a foil, Terran and Cavdian, which is another hero. But also with these supplemental sets, you get less cards per pack. You get 10 instead of 15. And these ones have a rip pull as well on the packs, which makes them really easy to open. Soul Beam there, Choke Slam, Foreboding Bolt, damn, we got a big old lacking of... so it either means we're going to have a very duddy box, or we're going to have a load of these last couple of packs here. Well, we got a few actually. Hit and Run, Combustible Courier, Crane Dancing Tower and Titan. When I'm obviously editing the videos and have the values, it's going to be a big old gap actually. Ooh, Red Liner is our Rainbow Foil. Snag is a Majestic. So, it's generic. So I think Snag's a pretty good card. And Red Liner as a foil weapon. Very nice. So I'm hoping we should get a foil hero. I don't think you're guaranteed, but every other pack in this, every other box in this case has had a foil weapon, foil token, or another weapon, and a hero. Out for Blood. Ooh, Plasma Purifier. So that's a pretty good foil. Majestic to get, because Mechanologist is quite popular. I did get this in one of my other boxes actually, but I think in a foil it's about 10 to 12 pounds. I think in a non-foil it's a couple of quid itself. So it's not the worst to get, but it's not the best, because I already have it as well. So it is I think I've got 3 in a foil now for Plasma Purifier. So ideally we always want to get something we don't have. Mandible Claw, Russian River, and Kasai Centauri Soul. She didn't really get very much play, to be honest. She never kind of got. But Mandible Claw, so that does make 2 weapons and a token foil. So we've got 3 packs left. 1, 2. So we got 6 Majestics. There should be 2 Majestics in these last packs. Again, Flesh and Blood, you know, LSS don't state specific pull rates, but they do kind of do an average. Rousing Aether. We've got Rattlebones, which is Rune Blade. So we do get a Majestic here. I think we might... This is definitely not as good as our second box. The second box was a pretty good box, actually. Without pulling Legendary, it's pretty much the best you could hope for. Emerging Dominance, Barrage and Bighorn, Promise of Plenty. And our final pack, can we end in a Majestic? Based on the numbers, we should get a Majestic. Should be another non-foil. I hope so. Ideally in Equipment, a big one to save this box, because at the moment this box isn't a great one. High Speed Impact and Heron's Flight, which is not a very good one at all, I don't think. But the value will of course be in the top left, so you'll see whether or not it was a good card or not. I might be wrong, but from looking at Card Market recently and seeing what the most valuable cards in Crucible of War was, I don't remember seeing that on there. So we got 3 equipment / weapon foils. Our 6 non-foil Majestics. Gorgonian Tomb is probably the best one there. And then we've got 2 foil Majestics, which is Coax Commotion and Plasma Purifier. So thanks all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this third part of our Crucible of War. Total value for the box will just be up here. Please comment, like, subscribe as always, and have a great day.